Halos salvaged the finale of the series against the Houston Astros yesterday afternoon in grand fashion. 14 total runs. The offense certainly was clicking. And tonight they welcome back Albert Pujols off the disabled list with the Chicago White Sox in town to kick off a 4-game series. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West along with Mark Gubaza. I'm Victor Rojas, and part of that offensive barrage that the Angels put on the Houston Astros, Cole Calhoun and Ian Kinsler, two guys that have been struggling most of the season, certainly had a fantastic afternoon.
Yeah, Victor, it'll make you smile. A cricket smile the way they swung the bat yesterday for Cole Calhoun and Ian Kinsler as far as balance in the lineup. Cole Calhoun, what a good swing he had working. Really that adjustment he has made with his stance and that follow through with the bat. 7 home runs, 14 RBI in his last 15 games. He's using the entire field, very confident at that batter's box. Ian Kinsler has a 7-game hit streak going himself. Big game yesterday, home run, a couple of doubles. His first 3 extra base hit game of the season. With that 7-game hit streak, hitting .393 during that stretch. Played some great defense, but now swinging the bat very well for Ian Kinsler.
Well, Albert Pujols not the only roster change that the Angels made today. They welcome back Jaime Barria. He is on the mound. And a SoCal product for the Chicago White Sox, Lucas Giolito's on the mound for the Northsiders. We're just about ready for baseball here in Southern California. Sit back, relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return.
That ball deep in the right field. Stretch. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah.
That is at the deep left field. No doubter again. 13-3 Halos.
26th home run for Trout.
Opportunity with a redesigned exterior and 31 highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers.
Welcome back out to the Big A. Game 1 of a 4-game set between the Angels and the White Sox. The Angels last year took this series
4-3. It is a hot one. Heat advisory all week here in Southern California. It'll be 88 degrees at first pitch once that first pitch is thrown, but temperatures feeling much warmer down in the dugouts for sure, and certainly up here where we are sitting. So hopefully there's a little bit of a breeze somewhere in this ballpark to cool off Jaime Barria as he gets ready to start this ball game. Recalled today. The Angels making a couple of moves with Deck McGuire being sent down as part of it. It's nice to have Albert Pujols back in the lineup on the DL with the knee injury, and obviously had the PRP and injection. Feels fine and ready to play some first base tonight.
Yeah, it's so important to get him back at first base, get him back in the lineup, period, but get him back at first base allows Shohei Ohtani to be part of the offensive lineup also.
Rick Renteria is the manager of the Chicago White Sox. They roll into town with a 34-64 mark. That is third worst in Major League Baseball, and they are in fourth place in the American League Central. This is their 99th game of the season. Their lineup looks like this. Yoan Moncada will lead things off. He's at second base. Yolmer Sanchez at third. Jose Abreu is having a down season this year. He's at first base. Daniel Palka is in left field. Matt Davidson, the DH. Lurie Garcia is in right field. Tim Anderson is the shortstop. Kevin Smith behind the plate. Adam Engel will bat ninth and patrol center field. We mentioned Barria's making the start. This will be his 14th of the season at the major league level. He's 5-6 with a 3.55 ERA.
89-94 with his fastball, slider, and changeup. My go-tos for Barria to be successful here this evening against the White Sox and their very aggressive lineup is much better command of his fastball. That means to be able to use that fastball outside part of play, get that soft contact, ground ball outs, and also have that ability to run that fastball in and keep it down. And then use that off speed on the first pitch for a lineup that will swing often at the first pitch. Get him the chase, use that changeup and slider, get some quick outs and swing and misses with that pitch.
Check out the defense for this lineup. And it looks like this for the Angels. Up to Trout, Calhoun in the outfield from left to right. Fletcher, Simmons, Kinsler, Pujols around the infield from third to first. Maldonado behind the plate.
And Albert Pujols back at first base, his 49th start this season at first base. First game since July 12th, where Albert had that great game at the plate, including a couple home runs, 3 hits in the game for Pujols, back at first base.
Angels with the victory last night, now at 50-50 on the season. There's 101st game of the year. 25-25 at home, same record out on the road. And we mentioned about this White Sox team here in Southern California. They are coming down from Seattle. They lost 2 of 3 to the Seattle Mariners. And, it's been a tough go for them this year. A lot of young players, a lot of young promising players in their minor league system have yet to live up to the hype, but they still have a ton of prospects down in the minor leagues. They've had a lot of injuries down in the minor leagues as well. So we'll see how that plays out for them in the Central. Thing about the American League Central, you never know going year in and year out. Look at the slow start that the Cleveland Indians had before all of a sudden starting to run away.
Yeah, we're going to be talking a lot about the White Sox in the next few seasons as amongst the best teams in that division with all that young talent they have.
Moncada ready to lead things off. Switch hitter hitting 231. Angels shift with 3 infielders on the right side. First one is outside for ball 1. Moncada hitting 231. 12 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Fletcher stays near third base, just about even with the bag. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a White Sox team that comes in with a 242 team batting average. 301 on base percentage. Slugged at 399 collectively.
Well, that changeup fading down and away should be a good pitch against Moncada for Barria tonight.
One and 2. Not a cloud in the sky, very little breeze blowing. Folks still filing in on this Monday night. Ground ball off the end of the bat toward Kinsler. There's the first down of the game.
And that's what you're looking for, that soft contact against Barria tonight.
Third baseman number 5, Yolmer Sanchez.
They told that Avisail Garcia, who was originally slated to start, was scratched before the game due to illness. As long as not anything to do with like the Noah Syndergaard injury that put him on the DL. Crazy.
Yeah, that is unusual.
Swinging first pitch, Yolmer Sanchez switching third baseman.
You'll see that quite a bit in this lineup for the White Sox. Very aggressive on the first pitch.
Sanchez, a .260 hitter, 19 doubles, 9 triples, 5 home runs, 42 runs batted in. This one fouled at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Matter of fact, this is a team that will hit a lot of triples. They've hit 28 this year. That's second most in Major League Baseball behind the Arizona Diamondbacks.
They will run also 71 stolen bases.
Puts them 4th. Led by Tim Anderson, his 21 bags. 0-2 from Berea.
Didn't quite get that changeup where he wanted to throw it. Still, the speed of the pitch was solid for Berea.
Last big league start for Berea. July 11th here against Seattle. Took the loss. Check swing did not go. 1-2. Ryan Addington calling the balls and strikes tonight. Pat Hoberg at first base. Brian Knight at second. Jerry Davis, the crew chief, over at third. One quick out on a ground ball by Moncada. Abreu on deck. Good piece of hitting. Got a fastball up, shoots it out to left field. A 1-out single. Trying to stretch it into a double. A throw to Kinsler is in time and easily thrown out. 2 outs. So there goes a single plus the put out by Upton.
He has 6th outfield assist for Justin Upton this season. Let's take a look at We Make It Easy by your SoCal Toyota dealer. Got behind that one very well. And a perfect throw in the Ian Kinsler, waiting to apply the tag on Sanchez at second. He certainly made it look easy with that throw to spin around, got himself in very good throwing position, and on the money for the 2nd out of the inning.
There's Abreu, first baseman, hitting just .250, which is strange for him. He seems to hit a little bit better than that, especially in the second half, as Steve Stone was telling us in the pregame show. Just 13 home runs and 52 runs batted in. Has 27 doubles. He was the All-Star representative for the White Sox this year. 2-time All-Star. On the Rookie of the Year. That was in 2014. Abreu now 31 years of age. His name's been thrown about as far as a possible trade target. That's out toward right center field. Hit well. Trout racing back. Pulls up. That is gone. A 2-out home run for Jose Abreu's 14th of the season. And it's 1-0 White Sox.
Something he hasn't really been doing a lot of this season. We saw it last year. We even talked about it and showed how well he hits the pitch away and drives it the other way. Really consistent throughout his career, early part of his career, hitting the ball to right center field. Changeup up. Berea knew it. Didn't get exactly where he wanted. Actually, it was a backup slider. Not a lot of break to that pitch. And he hits it out to right center field. 14th home run, 53rd RBI.
_12th home run Berea has allowed in the big leagues this year. Palka, the left fielder, told that this kid has some thump in that bat. 26-year-old, native of Greenville, South Carolina, in the big leagues for the first time this year. Picked up off waivers from the Minnesota Twins in the offseason. And the count of 2 balls, 1 strike. Palka 230, 12 home runs, 33 runs batted in. Two on. That's out towards center. More toward the end of the bat, however, so it'll stay in the yard. Trout's there, puts it away. For the White Sox, strike for a run on the Abreu blast. 14th of the year, 1-0 Sox as we head to the bottom of the first. One for the Halos. Calhoun will lead things off, and he is in right field. Simmons at short, Trout at center, Upton's in left, Pujols at first base, Ohtani at DH, Kinsler at second, Maldonado behind the plate, Fletcher batting ninth, playing third base as they take on the 24-year-old right-hander SoCal native. Lucas Giolito's on the mound. This will be his 20th start of the season. Gooby 6-8 with a 6.18 ERA.
Yeah, a lot of walks so far this season, also with 60 of them. My go-to is to be successful against Giolito tonight for the Angels. The way they swung the bat yesterday, first and foremost, is jump on that heater throughout this game. He's allowed 13 home runs versus his fastball. When it's not located well, you have to jump on it. And then think in terms of when you get base runners on, steal some bags. He's allowed 17 stolen bases in 18 attempts. That's the most by any American League pitcher this season.
First start since the All-Star break. Pitched on that Sunday. Prior to, picked up the win against Kansas City, going 6 1/3, no runs on 2 hits. First one to Cole is in for a strike. Calhoun at 190. 10 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Angels with a 15-hit attack and picking up the win yesterday. Cole with 2 hits, single and home run, 3-run shot. He also worked 2 walks.
It's a fastball 93 down the heart of the plate. Remember Giolito very well when he was at Harvard Westlake. He was throwing 99 to 100 as a senior in high school.
Oh-2 pitch. Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Giolito, a first round pick of the Nationals. 2012 out of Harvard Westlake. Traded in December of 2016 as part of the Adam Eaton trade. One-two to Calhoun. Off speed downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, his fastball is 90-95. Will throw a slider, curveball, and a changeup. That's 62% of his pitches between his 2-seam and 4-seam fastball. 16% slider, 13 for his changeup, 10% for his curveball.
Fouled into the upper tank. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shift on for the White Sox. 3 on the right side. And a pretty good pull shift down the outfield too, especially from Engel, the center fielder. He's shading Cole out toward right center field. A breaking ball, foul tipped into the mitt. There's out number 1. Let's take a look at the defense, brought to you by Infinity for the Chicago White Sox. Palka's in left, Engels in center, Garcia's in right.
Sanchez and Anderson on the left side. Moncada and Abreu on the right with Smith behind the plate.
And Moncada with 15 errors at second base this season, most by any second baseman in the American League, but has turned 50 double plays, which is tied for fourth most for the White Sox. Young, talented player.
Andrelton Simmons looks at a strike. Simmons 307. He had Trout similar batting average. Simmons with 6 home runs and 43 runs batted in. Has 20 doubles and 2 triples. 2 for 5 yesterday with a couple of singles.
And one thing we've seen so far against Giolito, I know he has 60 walks and sometimes you get caught up in that, make him work. But twice now he's throwing a fastball 93, 94 down the middle of the plate, first pitch. Might be more aggressive on that first pitch if he stays in that part of the zone and jump on that fastball.
Has a 9 ERA and a 4.74 opponent's on base percentage in the first inning this season. Breaking ball, chopped foul. Abreu with a home run, solo shot to give the Sox a 1-0 lead. Trout on deck. Giolito pretty much 1 for 1 as far as strikeouts and walks. 64 strikeouts to the 60 walks this year. Dribble toward third, it goes foul. I think with the stuff that he possesses, the arm that he has, while he may walk some guys, that he'd have some more strikeouts. 103 innings, plus innings, with just 64 walks now.
He had a problem throwing his curveball and finishing off hitters with his curveball. Slider's gotten better.
That was a pretty good slider he threw to Calhoun underneath the hands. Speed pulled to third. Sanchez over to Abreu, 2 outs.
My Hyundai key for this game to be successful against Giolito and the White Sox. Little survivor, little Illinois band. I can't hold back. That means you got to stay back and have yourself in the position where you drive that fastball and don't get out in front like that off-speed pitch for Andrelton Simmons. Just hold back and drive the ball. That's what he's trying to do to get you out in front. You got to try to stay away from that throughout this game.
Trout looks at a fastball for a strike at 94.
It's 3 straight first pitch fastballs.
Mike yesterday, 2 for 4 with a walk. 2-run home run in the 7th inning. It's 26th of the year. One. I think he went around. He did. Tied him up. 1-2. Mike with that homer now with 52 runs batted in. Up to the team leader with 56. Back inside, misses.
Imagine try another fastball up and in on Trout for Giolito.
Trying to go upstairs to the breaking ball. Full count.
Trout this season versus the fastball, 311 batting average with 13 home runs. Justin Upton on deck. Hit his 20th home run yesterday of the season.
3-2. And he went back upstairs to the fastball. It's a 2-out walk.
Man on for Upton.
Left fielder number 8, Justin Upton.
88th walk of the season for Trout.
There's more walks than strikeouts this season now with that walk. 87 strikeouts on the season for Trout, 88 walks.
Good lead for Trout over at first. He took off and stopped. Upton takes upstairs.
Had a pretty good jump, really. Imagine you'll see a throw over after a pretty good jump like that from Giolito.
One ball, one strike. I'd imagine that's more of a psychological thing as a base runner. You take off, you think it's first movement, but you're not absolutely sure that he delivered a pitch home. So mentally you go, let me stop.
Yeah.
Just in case there's a pick off.
But I would be surprised if he's not going on this pitch right now.
He's on the move. Upton punches one through the right side of base hit. Trout slid into second, gets up easily, gets to third, and the Angels have runners at the corners for Albert.
That's a good piece of hit there for Justin Upton. Really good to see him hit the ball the other way. Trout with a big jump. Justin Upton staying back and lining that ball by Abreu at first base. Just looking to hit the ball that way. Really quiet in his swing. Perfect attack there for Justin Upton. Albert with an RBI opportunity, his first game back, coming back from the disabled list.
Off speed pitch up and in. Albert hitting .251 with 16 home runs, 52 runs batted in. Placed on the DL prior to the weekend series against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. Back in the lineup at first base.
Justin Upton with that base hit, a 6-game hit streak. Talked about in the opening, Kinza with a 7-game hit streak.
Right over the heart of the plate at 94. One ball, one strike. Trout standing at third, Upton at first. The Angels down 1-0 here in the first. 22 pitches thrown by Giolito.
Boy, the outfielder is playing extremely deep, especially left and center against Pujols. It's back to the warning track, so a lot of room here, especially with 2 strikes. Just try to put in play in the air. Could fall in for a base hit and an RBI for Pujols.
Albert swings through the high fastball, and the inning comes to an end as the Angels strand 2 ahead of the second with the White Sox up 1-0.
Row 7 fans in attendance receive a flowery Hawaiian print bucket hat, courtesy of Paracone Farms. While supplies last.
Yes.
For more information, go to angels.com.
Outstanding look.
It's like something that maybe Ginger Marianne might wear.
Oh, yeah.
Flowers on it. Hence the name, Flowery. Matt
Really?
Davidson.
That's good. That's pretty good.
How apropos. Davidson, the DH 221 hitter. 14 home runs, 38 runs batted in. Maria delivers outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Sox up 1-0 on the Abreu home run. His 14th of the year. 2 hits allowed by Berea, but a nice throw by Upton, gunning down Sanchez, trying to stretch a single into a double prior to the Abreu at bat. 2 balls, 1 strike.
One thing to keep an eye on, especially with Berea, with sometimes with his fastball, if that front shoulder opens up, his elbow drops, and that fastball will ride out of the strike zone with lateral movement instead of sinking action.
Popped him up, first base side. Albert is there. Down.
So ultimately, we talked about having that balance. And that's that balance right over the pitching rubber. That's so important for him. And that front shoulder, you want to make sure it doesn't leak out on you. You want to keep that tucked in and then follow through right towards home plate.
This one's down toward right center field. Not very deep. Cole comes in on it, makes the catch. 2 outs.
It's a good adjustment right away for Bree. He's seen a very aggressive lineup for the White Sox. All speed first pitch. It's a hitter out in front. Cole's able to run that one down.
There's Tim Anderson, the shortstop. 244 average, 14 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Good breaking ball from Berea. Back up the middle. Simmons far to his left and have to hurry with Anderson running. Low throw. Anderson legs it out with an infield base hit.
Good range there for Andrelton Simmons. Couldn't get a whole lot on the throw. He's talking to Ian Kinzer about that. But Anderson runs very, very well down the line. Very difficult play. End of the bat, pretty good pitch. But right back up the middle for Anderson. Even quick on the transfer, but just too much speed to throw him out. Stolen base threat here now at first base for the White Sox. 71 stolen bases as a team. Maldonado was thrown out 48% of base stealers this season. And Berea has only allowed 1 stolen base in 2 attempts.
Called a balk on Berea. Mike Scioscia wants to know why.
Seeing maybe collapse that back leg. That's what he was telling Mike Scioscia. That's one of those things too, as a coach, you must have made the umpires aware of that at some point to be able to pick that up that quickly on the first throw over the first base.
No balls, 2 strikes. Kevin Smith, the catcher.
30-year-old Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania native. 310 average. 23 games this year. Like I can just wave that off. 3 doubles, 8 runs batted in. Got into 87 games with the Sox last year. Hit .283. 7th round pick back in 2011 out of the University of Pittsburgh. Oh, now he's your guy because he went to the University of Pittsburgh.
University of Pittsburgh. That's good. Tony Dorsett went there, so it's okay.
So then it's okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. One nothing Sox. 2 outs here in the second. They've got a man in scoring position. Speedy Tim Anderson. Down to chase that off-speed pitch. 2-2. That's out toward left. Upton moving over. Underneath it. Squeezes it for the 3rd out, so no damage on that 2-out infield base hit. And Bach will head to the bottom of the second with the White Sox up 1-0. Man having a sandwich. Hot dog's a sandwich.
It
right?
is a sandwich. Yeah.
I'm sure he was thrilled to hold that pause there while we came back from break.
Yes. Enjoying his sandwich.
Yeah. Ohtani to lead things off. Ohtani, Kinsler, and Maldonado. The Angels had a couple of men on in the first inning with 2 outs. But Poole struck out to end the first inning. Straight back off the mask of Smith.
I like what he was doing, looking first pitch fastball. He's throwing a lot of them so far.
Shohei had 1 hit yesterday. 1 for 4, single, and a walk, scored twice. One ball, 1 strike. Shohei at .282, 12 doubles, a triple, 7 home runs, and 22 runs batted in.
That's out toward left field. Had some sound to it. Going back under his pocket near the wall. He'll make the catch. Pretty good drive the other way. One down.
You can see why he's playing so deep. Didn't have to go too far back on that one. Ball was hit very well the other way by Shohei Ohtani. It's not too often you have a left fielder playing that deep against a left-handed batter. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, gets back against the wall, makes the play. Good sound off the bat.
Kinsler with a 3-hit game yesterday. 2 doubles and a home run. 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored. .227 batting average for the Angels' second baseman. Borderline pitch goes Ian's way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Three-hit game, the 7th time this year he's had 3 hits. Two and one. Three hits for the Sox, 1 for the Angels. That was the Upton base hit to right field. Off speed.
Got that call on the changeup, even though it might have been a little bit off the plate. Kinsler didn't like the call.
I like the idea, though. 2-1 change piece. Longtime pitching coach Don Cooper still with Chicago. Back inside with the fastball.
He's been around a long time with the White Sox. There he is. And very successful as a pitching coach with the White Sox. There's a lot of talented young arms to work with now.
Shoots this one towards second. Moncada retires Kinsler, 2 outs. I like what Steve Stone had to say on the pregame show talking about pitchers today, and everyone is so radar gun heavy and worried about velocity that pitchability is kind of secondary, and that's why guys don't really know how to pitch once they get to the big leagues, because they're all worried about throwing as hard as possible. And he referenced Justin Verlander, who just pitched 2 nights ago here, a guy that starts off at 93, 94, but knowing that he's got 97, 98.
Yep. And he used it in that game the other day too, with a couple runners in scoring position. To be honest with you, Victor, it's very difficult to be consistent in the strike zone when you're throwing the baseball as hard as you can every pitch.
Yep.
It's just hard to do. As good as you want to have your mechanics and consistency in that arm angle you're throwing at, it's still hard to do when you're throwing max effort every pitch, even on breaking pitches.
This one pulled down the line, foul. Maldonado behind the count at 0-2. Well, I think, you know, just like, you know, we see kids, young kids, little league and the like, bat flipping and rec leagues and the stuff, you know, everyone's watching what big leaguers do, and they figure, well, they're making big money throwing 95, 100 miles per hour. Let me throw max effort every single pitch. Never really learned how to pitch coming up through the ranks.
And that's why you're seeing a lot of starting pitchers going 5 or 6 innings max. And we're so into that second and third time through a lineup. Well, if you get some quick outs, the chances are you're going to be into that 7th or 8th inning that third time through a lineup most games.
And Maldonado chases the breaking ball. A 1-2-3 inning for Giolito to complete. 1-0 White Sox. A homestand, first 10,000 kids in attendance receive a youth trout jersey courtesy of Angels Radio AM 830. While supplies last. For information, go to angels.com. Top of the third, a 1-0 Chicago. Jose Abreu, home run with 2 outs in the first inning. It's the 14th of the year, the only scoring in this game. 9-1-2 coming up for the Sox. Engel, Moncada, and Sanchez. Adam Engel, the center fielder, 217. 14 extra base hits. 18 runs batted in. Good breaking ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Yes, he did. 1-2.
Very aggressive hitter. He's going 104 at-bats without a walk, so he will chase pitches out of the strike zone. You want to get him in this position and make him chase a non-strike.
He got him to chase. Throw down to first. They complete the strikeout. 1 down. First strikeout for Jaime Barria.
Let's take a look at our Nissan pitch cast on that pitch right there for Barria. Knowing he is a hitter that's very aggressive at the plate. There's a good off-speed pitch out of the strike zone. Get him a swing at a non-strike to get the first out of the inning.
Showing bunt, offers at it. I was going to say. No balls and a strike. That was Nick Capra, third base coach.
Remember him well.
Yohan Moncada grounded out of the first. He's 0 for 1.
It's a good changeup.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Check swing. He did go around Jerry Davis. I didn't think he'd went around on that one, but Jerry Davis rings it up.
I didn't think so either, but pretty good sharp breaking ball.
You're not going to say, hey, you know what? Let's do it over.
Let's give another shot at it. Check it out right here. See if he did indeed go. That's really close. Jerry Davis brings him up. Nick Capra's down there to have a quick conversation. Do you think he went? Yeah.
What did I call it?
Yeah.
Did I say he swung? Then he went. Jerry Davis eyes.
He had his eyes on it. On the check swing.
Yolmer Sanchez shot a single to left. More towards left center field. Tried to stretch it into a double. It was thrown out. It's 1 for 1.
Really mixing in some good off-speed pitches right now. Take a look at our StatCast, powered by AWS. In the first inning with Sanchez, a base hit, good piece of hitting going the other way. Justin Upton got behind that baseball very well. Distance here, 159-foot throw in. It's under 84 miles per hour. Got behind that baseball well. Picked up his 6th outfield assist of the season for Justin Upton.
A ground ball toward Kinsler. Barria turns in favor. 1-2-3. Third. First time he's retired the side in order. 1-0 Sox. We head to the bottom of the third. And stay after the game for Kids Run the Bases. For more information about that, it's sponsored by Yakult Probiotic Drink. Just go to angels.com. 9-1-2 for the Angels here in the third against Lucas Giolito. Has 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed, a single by Upton with 2 outs in the first. Fletcher at 273. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. 3 for 5 yesterday. 3 singles, 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored.
So far in this game, 7 of 9 batters first pitch strikes, something he has not done real well this entire season as far as throwing first pitch strikes. He's got pretty good movement already in this game with his 2-seam fastball.
Slider misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's looked under control and he's thrown a pretty good amount of strikes.
Yeah, coming into this game, he's one of the lowest percentages of first pitch strikes in baseball. This is at 53.7%, but that's not been the case so far. A lot of strikes overall, 27 of 41 pitches.
2-2, ground ball to short. Oh, and that ball pops up over the glove of Anderson, goes into left center field. Fletcher keeps on running to second.
Great decision. That's good base running by Fletcher. Especially the way the defense was set. We talked about them playing deep. Once that baseball got by Anderson, he was thinking getting to second base right away. The solid base running again by David Fletcher. Hit pretty well. Then that odd hop gets by Anderson and into left center field. Cruz is in there getting the scoring position for one of the hottest hitters on the team, Cole Calhoun. Base hit on that one, a double, 4th double this season.
There's Cole, struck out in the first. He'll rip one into right field. That's a base hit and more. Headed to the wall. Fletcher will score. Calhoun on his way to second. RBI double. We're tied at 1.
Boy, to show those first pitch strikes so far for Giolito, he's ready on that first pitch. And he lines it down in the corner for an RBI double. His 30th RBI, 6th double of the season. Continues to swing the bat well for Cole Calhoun. 15 RBI in his last 16 games. Jumps on a breaking ball. Curveball that stayed up, out over the plate, trying to throw that get-over curveball first pitch, and he jumped on it, made him pay for it. Tie ball game at 1.
Here's Angels to Simmons, who grounded out his first time up, swinging first pitch, lifts one out to right. Garcia underneath it, Cole back to the bag. He is going to try to go to third. Here comes the throw, just off target. He is in there.
Well, he went to that inside part of the base. Otherwise, he's going to be thrown out. Garcia with 5 outfield assists. He got a lot on that throw. It's just a little bit up that outfield side of the bag. Let's take a look at our top tier play brought to you by Arco. Aggressive base running for Cole. He's picking up Dino Ebel. And then Garcia got a lot on that throw, but it's just up that outfield side of the bag and going to the closer part of that corner, making a longer tag as Cole gets that hand in there and keeps it on the base, bringing the infield in with Trout at the plate. An opportunity with Trout to swing with somebody in scoring position.
Trout walked his first time up.
Imagine he'll see a lot of high fastballs. Might see one more pitch.
Two balls, no strikes.
We got underneath that slider.
Off speed, skied to center. Going back on it is Engel. In front of the track, will put it away. Cole tags, comes in to score. Sac fly gives the Angels a 2-1 lead. Boy, that was a towering shot for Trout. 53rd run batted in.
Really, Giolito's pretty fortunate enough that baseball stayed in the yard as Trout did his job. Situational hitting, sac fly, but he just missed hitting that ball a long, long way over the wall. Picking up his 53rd RBI for Trout. Good base running, aggressive base running by Cole Calhoun set that up. It's an off-speed pitch, a changeup, but he just missed Trout.
This one down toward right center. It'll stay in the ballpark. Engel calling for it. Third down is recorded. The Angels strike for 2 here. The third will head to the 4th. Halos on top 2-1.
He not only played growing up, but he was also a fan. And this offseason, he developed a close relationship with the Tottenham Hotspurs from the English Premier Team. And this offseason, he actually went to England and watched them play at Wembley Stadium, pictured here with Ledley King, the Spurs' former captain who threw out the first pitch today. Now, the Spurs are in town playing in the International Champions Cup this weekend, and Simba went to their practice this morning at LMU before the game and returned the favor and took Ledley in the cages after. Now, Gooby, talking to Simba, he said soccer has always been such a big part of his life that it actually helped him with baseball.
Yeah, so you can tell, for me, anybody, any infielder that plays a game of baseball plays soccer. It's all working that footwork, and you can see that during the course of the game. Brandon Simmons, always that quick first step, always in position to make plays because he played soccer. His footwork is outstanding. As a middle infielder especially, that's something you really have to work on.
White Sox here in the fourth have Abreu, Palka, Davidson. Time of Berea with 2 strikeouts, no walks. 3 hits allowed, one of which was the home run. He gave up with 2 outs in the first inning to Abreu. 14th home run of the season, 53rd run batted in.
Got him.
3-0.
Be careful here if you throw a fastball, locate it well. Rayu's going to be swinging, especially after you homered against a pitcher your first at bat.
And a 4-pitch walk to start the fourth. First base on balls issued by Berea. Brings up Daniel Palka.
Palka's rolled into 5 double plays this season. I mean, Berea's gotten 9 double plays turned behind him.
One ball, 1 strike. Palka, fly ball to center field in the first inning. So he's 0 for 1. To Georgia Tech. It's a Diamondbacks 3rd round pick in 2013. 17 games at AAA this year. 286 there. Well, Sky went out to right. Not very deep. Cole couldn't find it now. Still can't find it. Now finds it. Twice throws the hands up. Calls off Kinsler. Makes the catch. That time of night where can't find the baseball off the bat.
Yeah, the baseball blends in right with the sky at this moment.
But you know what? He's running in to a certain spot where he thinks that ball is going to land.
And he's still waiting, maybe some help with communication, because he initially went back and he's running in, throw his glove out, didn't see it, looking where Kinsler, the angle Kinsler was going, and that allowed him to find the baseball. Part of it was going to an area and also seeing where Kinsler was breaking towards the baseball, allowed him to run that one down.
So 1 out. Abreu stays at first base. Here's Matt Davidson, the DH. Cute back up the middle. Simmons touches second. Easy flip to first. Just like that. That 4-pitch walk erased and no damage for the Sox. 2-1 Halos. We hit at the bottom of the 4th.
vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Carl's Jr., the tempting El Diablo Thick Burger has returned to Carl's Jr. Pick it up before it's gone. And by the 2018 Subaru Forester, a whole lot to love.
Halos up 2-1, bottom of the fourth, the opener of a 4-game series against the Chicago White Sox. 3 hits for both sides. The Angels getting 2 runs. So back-to-back doubles and then a 1-out sac fly by Mike Trout. Calhoun getting the other RBI. Albert will lead things off, followed by Ohtani and then Kinsler. Albert struck out to the first, one of 3 strikeouts for Giolito.
Albert was upset with himself too for chasing that high fastball.
Fooled on the breaking ball. Anderson has it. 1 down. So here's Ohtani. 0 for 1. He drove one out to the wall in left field in his first at bat.
Whether with a swing like that, will Giolito trying to pitch Ohtani inside now? You see somebody hit a ball that deep the other way.
With a slow breaking ball, pretty good pitch. Doesn't get the call.
Yeah, good action on that curveball.
Bouncing the changeup. 2 balls, no strikes. You got to say, when you look at a guy's numbers, you see a 6+ ERA, and you see a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. You're thinking, man, this guy's gonna be all over the map. He looks under control, no stress, not trying to overthrow.
He's been pitching much better the last 4 starts or so. A little bit better, more consistent for him.
Very compact delivery.
Tell you what, when you were dealing back in high school with Giolito, you had Max Fried in that rotation and Jack Flaherty, both of them, all 3 pitching for a high school team.
There's the last 5 stars. Fried's with the Atlanta Braves, if memory serves.
Yeah, and Flaherty with the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Three infielders on the right side. 2-1. That's out towards center field. Going back to the wall. His ankle gone. Big fly, Ohtani side. 3-1 Halos.
That's 2 really good swings for Ohtani versus Giolito tonight. To the wall in left field, over the wall in dead center field. Way out to dead center field. 8th home run, all here at the Big A. 23 RBI for Shohei Ohtani. Fastball just about belt high out over the plate. He's got that foot down and then that swing path, and he lifted that out to dead center field. Exit velocity off the bat, just under 108 miles per hour. Launch angle 30 degrees.
Kinsler pulls it foul. Got into the camera well. Hopefully get anybody down there. All 8 home runs for Shohei at home this season.
All versus right-handed pitchers. Tell you what, he had a couple baseballs in batting practice today that were crushed way out to right center field.
Kinsler grounded out to second base on his first at bat. '18th home run that Giolito has allowed this season. Two and two. A little bit high. At least according to the home plate umpire, Ryan Addington.
It's one pitch. He hasn't got many swing and misses against right-handed batters. His curveball, slider he has, not his curveball. It's pretty close to being a call, third strike.
3-2. And he goes with a changeup on a 3-2 count. Gets the strikeout. 2 down.
Mom and dad both actors. Grandfather, actor, was in some Seinfeld episodes.
Uncle was the co-creator of Twin Peaks. So Hollywood kid.
Yes.
Pulled toward third. Sanchez across the diamond. Maldonado retired. The Angels add a run on Shohei Ohtani's 8th home run of the season, giving him a 3-1 lead.
Well, just not trying to pull the baseball. Another home run to center field for Ohtani.
By City National Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels baseball. And by the 2018 Subaru Forester, a whole lot to love. Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. By City National Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels Baseball. And by the 2018 Subaru Forester, a whole lot to love.
Halos on top as we start the 5th. It's a 3-1 Angels lead. Garcia, Anderson, Smith coming up for the Halos. Jaime Barria back to work. Recalled today, making his 14th start of the season. At the major league level, he's made 5 starts at AAA. So his 19th overall start. Well, I would imagine, depending on how things play out over the next month or thereabouts, the innings will start to mount and they'll peel back a little bit. The Angels are not in contention.
Maybe an off day, be able to skip him every once in a while, or give everyone an extra day of rest.
Yep. Garcia, Anderson, Smith, as we mentioned. Lurie, the right fielder, 0 for 1 with a fly ball to right. He'll rip this one into the right field corner if it's fair, and it is inside the line. Garcia's on his way to second. Cole, a little trouble with it. Garcia turns. He's headed toward third. Kinsler fires it in, and he is in there with a triple, unless they call it a double and an error. It's a triple, and we've mentioned that the White Sox have hit a few of them. That's their 29th of the season for Lurie Garcia's 3rd.
It's a fastball that just stayed up and middle in, and he turned on it. Goes around in that corner. And really good speed for Garcia. He sees that around there, and he's turning on the afterburner there. He thinks he's got a chance for a triple. Gets that 3rd of the season.
Anderson takes inside. He had a base hit. Infield variety in the 2nd inning. Stranded in scoring position. 2 balls, no strikes. Very manageable pitch count for Berea. Just hit 53 pitches here in the 5th. He had a quick 4th inning, and that's saying something considering he walked Berea to start the inning.
It was a quick walk, though. He didn't waste any pitches. It was a 4-pitch walk.
Didn't waste any pitches on a 4-pitch walk. Down the line, backhanded by Fletcher across the diamond, gets Anderson and holds the runner at third base, 1 out.
What a play. He's made some outstanding plays when you think about it. Middle infielder by trade, playing third base to hot corner. His range and his strong throwing arm. Gets himself under control, checks the runner back, and then across the diamond, get a very fast runner in Anderson. Again, another solid play. And able to get behind the baseball with that long throw to first base. Been very impressive at third for David Fletcher.
Smith, the catcher, fly ball to left in his first at bat, 0 for 1. Pujols playing near the cut of the grass at first. Everyone else back at their normal depth. Chopper left side. Simmons comes charging in. It's only placed at first. The run will score. 2 outs. Smith gets credited with an RBI, his 9th of the season. And it's a 1-run lead for the Angels, 3-2.
Speed of Garcia getting a triple on that ball down the right field line, ends up scoring on a contact play. 6 ground ball outs so far in the game for Berea.
I contend he was content with getting a double until he saw that the little bobble there.
It's a good base run. He looked back and saw that. It's going to be a long throw, especially from the relay.
Angle struck out in the 3rd. Oh, flare this one foul. One ball, 1 strike.
.37 strikes at the 59 pitches thrown for Berea.
This one lifted out to shallow left field. Anderson Simmons cuts out, puts it away. Leadoff triple comes around to score. It's a 1-run lead for the Angels, 3-2 as we get to the bottom of the 5th. Run back that the White Sox put on the board. 9-1-2 coming up, and Fletcher, Calhoun, and Simmons. David credited with a double. Hit a ground ball, really a fairly routine ground ball to Anderson, who had to go to his left a little bit. The ball jumped up at the last second over his glove and into the alley. So David took the double. Calhoun followed with a double. And with one out, Trout with a sac fly gave the Angels a 2-1 lead in that third inning.
Pretty good pitch. It's one of those ones as a catch, you just try to keep that glove right out in front and frame it for your pitcher. Fortunate enough for David Fletcher, he did not do that, and still alive in his at bat. 2-2 count now.
Pulled foul, protected.
One thing you'll see from Fletcher, he's choking up in that bat with 2 strikes. He's just trying to make contact, forcing the defense. A defense that really has struggled this entire season in the Chicago White Sox. Make them make a play against you.
First career start for the Southern California native against the Angels. Has thrown the ball poorly, 67 pitches here in the 5th. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 hits allowed, including the Ohtani home run in the 4th.
73 errors so far this season for the White Sox on the defensive side. 979 fielding percentage, second worst in the American League.
Fletcher shooting one down the right field line. This one is going to go for extra bases. Bobbled for a second by Garcia. Gets it back in. So the second double a night for David Fletcher.
He's going double-double.
Had one of those today.
With a side of animal fries. And just trying to make contact, shorten up the swing. It's a pretty good fastball. 94 off the outside part of the play, but it's elevated. You can put that ball in play when it's elevated. When it's down and away, difficult to do so. Just punches that out the right field. 2 doubles in the game already. Fletcher giving him 5 on the season. Last 11 at bats for Fletcher, 7 hits.
Cole pulled the double to right in the 3rd inning. Shoots this one foul down the left field line.
It's one of those times you're looking for good situational hitting. It was great base running last inning, or last time up for Cole Calhoun, resulted in a run on a sac fly by Trout.
Popped up left side of the infield. Sanchez squeezes it, 1 down.
Big situation to add on run here, especially with a leadoff double.
Breaking ball in for a strike.
Twenty batters faced tonight for Giolito. 16 times he's thrown a first pitch strike. Well above his normal average as far as first pitch strike efficiency.
Simmons 0 for 2, a ground ball to third and a fly ball to right.
This looks like David Fletcher's trying to time Giolito. Moncada trying to sneak behind him at second base.
And the throw goes into center field. There's a gift. 74th error committed by the White Sox this season. Puts a man at third base.
Timing play put on, but it's a difficult play to make as a second baseman when the throw is behind the runner going back to the bag. Get a throw right as Fletcher's going back to the base, blocks off. Moncada unable to catch that baseball, allowing Fletcher to get the third, forcing the infield in here for the White Sox.
1-1. Breaking ball popped up on the infield. Andrelton chasing the pitch. That was way too high. 2 outs, so they up to Trout.
See if they pitch the Trout this time around. Mike Trout yesterday, it's worthy of a Carlos Cam replay. What he did with a runner on yesterday. Harris, he's able to get a fastball and he hits it out. 2-run home run for Trout. 26th home run of the season for Trout yesterday with a runner on, and he does indeed get walked.
18th intentional walk of the season for Trout. Second of the night, second walk of the night. This is the first intentional. I thought for a second, when you're talking about a team that's obviously playing for the future and situational things, that with Giolito on the mound, hey,
it's a good learning. It's a good learning tool right there. You're facing the best player in the game, and you're not going to be in that conversation for the postseason. You're seeing what you can develop with a pitcher. Give him the confidence to go after Trout.
It's the only reason I thought that perhaps that they would face him. So it'll be Upton instead with runners at first and third. Upton with a single and a fly ball to center.
Again, Trout bluffs a stolen base.
Two balls, no strikes. Halos up 3-2. We're in the bottom of the fifth with 2 outs. Leadoff double by Fletcher. Up to third on the air by Giolito.
He's hit 10 home runs versus breaking pitches. You might see a break ball here. Got a fastball instead. $20 home runs this season for Justin Upton. 10 versus a fastball, 10 versus a breaking ball. 10 versus a breaking ball, second most in the American League.
Trout on the move. Upton fouls it back.
Trout had a huge jump.
Two balls and 2 strikes. There goes Trout again. Breaking ball misses. Trout picks up the stolen base.
17th stolen base this season for Trout. 18th stolen base that Giolito has allowed.
Full count now on Upton with Pujols on deck. Two bounces it foul. Last pitched up to the fastball that he fouled. This will be the 7th pitch of the plate appearance. He went with a breaking ball. And they're loaded up for Pujols.
Big moment here for Albert and the Angels. Take a look at our Mercedes-Benz leaders, Albert Pujols. The last game out, 2 home runs in his last game. That was against Seattle back on July 12th, his first game where he had 2 home runs in a game. Tied up with Ken Griffey Jr. with 630 career home runs. 58 multi-home run games for Albert Pujols, 8th all time. Albert Pujols has 14 career Grand Slams. Albert thinks he's going to be swinging at that first pitch.
First visit of the night by Don Cooper. They're loaded up. Fletcher at third. Trout at second. Upton at first. 2 outs. Halos up 3-2. The Angels to date have not hit a grand slam this year. Albert 0 for 2. Giolito from the stretch. No balls and a strike. Pujols with a strikeout on the first. Fooled on the breaking ball in the 4th inning, grounding out to short. Albert chops it to third. No run to third base. Force out Trout. The Angels will strand 3. 5 complete. Halos still on top 3-2.
Time for the Coors Banquet timeless moment back on this date, 2009. Vlad Guerrero doing what Vlad does best, swinging at anything close to the strike zone. That ball hit the ground and still managed to get a base hit against Chris Tillman for Vlad on his way to the Hall of Fame on Sunday in Cooperstown, August 14th, which is always a good day, 2009.
Top of the order for the Sox here in the 6th inning against Jaime Barria. Moncada, Sanchez, and Abreu. Barria with 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. 60 pitches on the night. White Sox second baseman 0 for 2. He grounded out in the 1st inning, struck out in the 3rd.
That's a good changeup. Changeup, fastball, changeup so far in the sequence.
Halo start getting action going in the bullpen now. With Berea at 63 pitches. Bouncing that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Overthrew that slider and bounced up and got underneath around that neck area of Martin Maldonado. Mike Scioscia knows a thing or two about those pitches, trying to keep in front, especially with 2 strikes, just in case the hitter goes after it. Overthrown breaking ball and right underneath the mask in the neck area.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Three-two. And he walked him. Leadoff man on board. Second walk issued by Berea. Hansel Robles, first man up. Yolmer Sanchez 1 for 2. He singled in the first, grounded out in the 3rd inning. See Maldonado signaling out to Berea to come towards home. His body keeps flying to the first base side. You were talking about it earlier in this ball game. Everything misses away. It's kind of falling off.
That front shoulder flying way open.
Two balls, no strikes.
See Mike Scioscia talking to Martini's going to have a quick conversation. He's to tell him to keep a little bit better balance on that pitching rubber and not allow that front shoulder to fly open.
Robles is ready to go. This might be his last batter with Abreu on deck.
I almost thought that he was thinking about going to get him here, even with a 2-0 count.
Three and out. There's a strike, 3-1.
Definitely don't want to throw that fastball in that spot this time. 3-1. Talked about as far as go-tos, better command of his fastball. This is the time where you had that real good command of that fastball. Think in terms of keeping it down and away. Get a ground ball, double play.
Moncada over at first base. 3-1 outside. Back-to-back walks should probably do it for Berea. Sure enough, here comes Scioscia. And those are the kind of things you've got to clean up at the major league level. When you come into a 6th inning with a 1-run lead and just 60 pitches thrown, you can't go out there and walk the first 2 batters, and that'll get you the automatic hook. So a pitching change for the Angels, clinging to a 1-run lead.
the Yankees versus Tampa Bay. This is Jake Bauers at second base. Comes all the way around on a wild pitch by Luis Severino to score the first run of the game for Tampa. And then in the 5th inning with a couple on, hits a 3-run home run. So did it with his wheels and then does it with the bat. 3-run home run as Tampa. And very good. Wins that game against the Yankees this evening.
Interesting way to finish that game, too. It was a 7-6 victory for the Rays. They had the bases loaded, Yankees did, with 2 outs. And Gary Sanchez didn't run hard to first base. Eventually made the 3rd out at first.
Frustration for
Rays
Sanchez.
have won 5 straight against the Yankees. Jaime Barria, 71 pitches, gives way to Hansel Robles. Pitching change brought to you by Purple Bricks. 2 on. Nobody out. Jose Abreu at the plate.
Very important to vary your look back to second base. This White Sox club runs a lot. Good speed on the bases.
14th appearance for Robles with the Angels. 0-1 with a 2.19 ERA. 13 strikeouts in 12 1/3. First one. He is in the strike zone for ball 1. Abreu 1 for 1. The home run in the first inning. A walk in the 4th. Moncada is at second base. Sanchez at first. Two balls, no strikes. Ground ball through the hole on the left side. Moncada is going to be waved around. Upton's up with it. Fires it in. It's cut off by Fletcher. We're tied at 3. 2 walks and a single. Knots this game up here in the 6th. Abreu 2 for 2. Now with his 2nd RBI. Has 54 on the season.
Fastball down, but in part of the plate, and another base hit to that part of the field. That's one thing he has done more so this season, even though his home run tonight was the right center field. More hits, pull hits this season for Abreu. Picks up his 2nd RBI of the game.
Paco takes outside. All 4 batters in this inning have been ahead of the count at 1-0.
And for a team that's very aggressive, that's not easy to do. They're up there generally swinging at the first pitch if it's close to the strike zone.
That's below the strike zone. 2-0. Paco, the left fielder, 0 for 2. Fly ball to center, fly ball to right. He chased what would have been ball 3, so Robles certainly very thrilled about that. It's 2-1 count. Both teams with 5 hits. Chicago's tied it up here in the 6th inning. Angels had an opportunity to add a run in the 5th and stranded the base runner at 3rd. Actually had them loaded with 2 outs. Could not capitalize.
When you look at this White Sox team, they mentioned they're very aggressive. They swing often. They swing and miss as far as their swing percentage. 2nd highest as far as swing percentage. Strikeouts 3rd most and the fewest walks. So they are aggressive swinging the bat. That's why you have to try to get ahead early and then give them the chase. So far they've been patient in this inning.
Got him on the breaking ball. Down goes Paco, 1 out.
And one of those strikeouts, another swing. And as far as that percentage, it's swinging something out of the strike zone. 1st out of the inning. Good hard slider. out of the strike zone. Never really looked like it was in the strike zone to begin with, but again, you have an aggressive club. You don't want to throw something middle part of the plate. Let them get themselves out.
Matt Davidson, the DH, popped out in the second. Saw one pitch in the fourth and grounded into a 6-3 double play. 1 ball, no strikes.
Eric, where's my meatloaf?
There's a strike, evens the count up. They're the base runners. Sanchez at second, Abreu the trail runner at first. 1 run in for Chicago. We're in the 6th inning. Just blew that fastball right by him at 98. 1-2. Pretty good rip at that fastball.
That's a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. He goes back to that hard slider. Well, make you go to a slider after you throw your best fastball at 99. He fouled it straight back like that.
Taking off for third base is Sanchez. A throw, not in time. Stole a base. Timed it perfectly. 10th stolen base of the year for Yolmer Sanchez.
Mention that as a pitcher, you have to vary your look back to second. He stole that on Robles, not Maldonado. That's about 3 or 4 steps before that pitch is delivered, and a breaking ball. Pretty good throw, but easily slides in there. Keeps the hand on the base. Perfect throw, but stolen on Robles. Didn't pay attention, didn't vary that look back to second. All you have to do is vary that look, and it'll keep that runner at second from getting a big jump against you.
Abreu stays at first base. 2-2 count. Two now. Full count. Lurie Garcia, the man on deck. He tripled the lead off the 5th. 14 pitches thrown by Robles. 7 balls, 7 strikes.
Davidson with 111 strikeouts this season. Robles could use one of those now.
Fastball, and he walked him off the plate. So they're loaded up.
Right fielder, number 28.
Here comes Charles Nagy. Not the easiest guy in the world to double up in Lurie Garcia. Very good speed. Sanchez at third base, Abreu at second, Davidson now at first. Garcia, the sixth man to come to the plate for the Sox. Just looking for that double play ball. Inning started with Berea walking the first two batters before getting yanked. Foul back.
And that's 3 walks an inning for a team that has the fewest walks in the league.
As they say, that's hard to do.
Very difficult batter to double up here. Only 1 ground ball double play for Garcia this season. Very good speed.
Garcia's bounced around for the White Sox. Left field, center field, right, second base, third and shortstop. 1-1 now.
Good pitch.
Breaking ball misses. Two balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 run in. Tied at 3 here in the 6th inning. Tim Anderson on deck. Lifted out the left. Upton getting behind it. He'll make the catch. Tagging coming home. Sanchez. White Sox have a 4-3 lead. Garcia with a sac fly. Picks up his 22nd run batted in.
2 walks end up scoring in this inning.
So runners at first and second. They're going to appeal at third base. That perhaps he may have left early.
Have to get in the stretch position, step off, and then throw over.
Safe is the call.
Right back on the base. As Upton catches that, clearly the right call.
Two outs, and here's Anderson. It's 1 for 2, a single and a ground out. A breaking ball for a strike. So 4-3 Chicago. Berea gets charged with all 4 runs. 5 innings plus 2 batters. And it's starting to become a little bit of a pattern for Berea as he gets into this part of the game. Half-hearted check swing past Robles. That's going to go as an infield base hit.
And there's no play at all once that got by Robles for Andrelton Simmons. Especially with the speed of Anderson going down the line.
Picks up his 2nd infield base hit. So the inning continues. 8th man to step to the plate, Kevin Smith, the catcher. Bases loaded again. 2 outs. Smith 0 for 2, a fly ball to left and an RBI ground out in the 5th.
Maria looking on. 2 walks came around to score.
Jose Alvarez getting ready. Robles about to throw his 25th pitch in relief. 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1.
Pretty close pitch. Smith thinking, why hasn't my guy gotten those pitches tonight?
2 balls, 2 strikes. The Angels thankful. There's still work to be done, trying to get that 3rd and final out with 2 runs in already. And the lead having changed hands. Two now. Out at the plate. Abreu standing at 3rd base. Davidson at 2nd. Anderson at 1st. All 3 of these base runners belong to Robles. Allowed his 2 inherited runners to score. Another 2-2 forthcoming. And he hits it this time. It's 5-3. Mike Scioscia making the 2nd walk out to the mound. And, Robles will be done. Angle coming up. Jose Alvarez will be pitching for the 51st time this year. We got ourselves our 2nd pitching change of the 6th. White Sox lead at 5-3. Try the $4.99 Jack's Spicy Chicken Clip Combo with toasted sourdough. New from Jack in the Box.
Poor outing for Hansel Robles here in the 6th inning. He departs with the bases loaded after plunking Kevin Smith with the bases loaded, bringing home the 3rd run for Chicago. Sox on top.
And so it'll be up to Jose Alvarez to retire Adam Engel, the 9th place hitter and center fielder, and the 9th man to step to the plate. 51st game for Jose, 4-3 and a 3.29 ERA. Last pitch on Saturday. Did not retire a man. Gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, including the home run to Josh Reddick through 12 pitches in that one. So with the hit by pitch, we now have Davidson at third, Anderson at second, Smith at first. Engel is 0 for 2, struck out in the 3rd inning, popped out to short in the 5th. Robles 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, responsible for all 3 men on base. Ball on a strike. Action in the Sox pen, so it looks like Giolito's night would come to an end after 5 innings. This one's skied on the infield. Albert calling for it. And the top of the 6th finally comes to an end, but not before the Sox had 9 men to the plate, score 3 times to take a 5-3 lead.
To listen in on the call. We're at NHK announcers on Shohei Ohtani's home run, his last at bat. That was Naoki Muranaka and Takashi Sayota on the call for the home run for Shohei Ohtani. Almost homered to left field his first at bat. Looking for his first career 2 home run game in the major leagues. Had 4 in Japan.
Well, the White Sox had a left-hander, Xavier Cedeno, getting ready to the bullpen, but it's Giolito facing Ohtani here in the 6th inning. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Shohei 1 for 2. The fly ball to deep left. It took Palka to the wall. And that home run to center field. 8th of the year, 23rd RBI. It's jammed. Lifts one out the left. Palka's got to come in on it. 1 down. Here comes Kinsler. He's 0 for 2.
Seven-game hit streak working coming into this game for Ian Kinsler.
Ian with a ground ball to second and a strikeout.
Be consistent.
Just off the plate. It's a count of the ball and a strike. 5 runs, 6 hits, an error, 4 left on for Chicago. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 5 left on for the Angels. Halos had a man at third with 1 out in the 5th inning. Simmons popped out to Abreu on the infield. Trout intentionally walked, Upton walked, and then Pujols into a fielder's choice that ended the Angels' 5th. Change up. 2-2.
See how he pulled off on that pitch. Good change up at 82 from Giolito. It's 88th pitch of the game.
Full count. There's Cedeno. He actually is warming up.
3/4 of the time, Giolito will throw a 3-2 fastball to a right-handed batter.
Well with it, and he missed. 1 out walk, 4th walk issued by Giolito. Maldonado coming up.
4th walk, 4 strikeouts in the game. Very much what we've seen from Giolito as far as walks and strikeout ratio this season.
The old 1 for 1.
Yep.
Maldonado 0 for 2. Struck out in the 2nd, had a ground out to 3rd base and the 4th.
I just got to believe Kinsler's going to be on the move here first pitch.
Kinsler takes off. Maldonado takes ball. There's ball 1. Kinsler picks up the stolen base. So 1-1 count now. Maldonado with the man in scoring position.
Big jump, another stolen base against Giolito and Smith. Smith now has allowed 23 stolen base and 24 attempts against him.
Ian's one of those guys that's always liked to be moving toward second base or third base as far as the stolen base. He's not the typical or standard base stealer. Breaking ball, hook foul, 1-2.
Just noticed this watching Giolito. He didn't look back at second before delivering the baseball. See if he varies that look back now. As a base runner, you're looking for that. And Kinsler, we've seen this season and throughout his career, will try to steal third base a lot, especially if a pitcher doesn't pay attention and bury that look.
Down goes Maldonado, 2 outs. So it'll be up to Fletcher, who's 2 for 2 with a couple of doubles. Five doubles now in the season for David. One ball, no strikes.
More than likely last batter for Giolito in this game. See if David Fletcher can come through once again.
Kinsler wanted to take third base. Low throw, and somehow Moncada comes up with that throw. Joe Cal and David Calhoun on deck. Here comes Don Cooper, pitching coach. Kinsler was way off the bag. I'm surprised he didn't take off to third base.
Yeah, if you're going to score with 2 outs, you better almost be able to walk into third. You're already in scoring position. I think Don Cooper's going to go out and talk to him right now. Don't worry about that runner at second. Focus on the batter here. So often you get caught up in the fact that you see a runner at second trying to take a big lead, maybe going, but with 2 outs, it's still going to take a base hit to score you. So focus on the hitter.
Juan Minaya, the right-hander, getting ready now. Two-0. 2-1. Fletcher cuts through that one.
And at that point, Giolito wasn't even looking back at second. His focus was right back on the batter. Now it's even to count up at 2.
Two-two pitch. Fletcher pulls it foul back inside.
He's had pretty good movement on his 2-seam fastball today. And it's not, we saw him a number of years ago in that upper 90s, but good movement on his fastball. Next pitch will be pitch number 100 for Giolito.
Most pitches he's thrown in the game this year, 102. That's a changeup. Full count.
It's a pretty good scoop by Smith on that changeup. .63 pitches, been in the strike zone of the 100th thrown.
Here's the 3-2. Fletcher chops one toward first. Abreu's got it. We'll just leave a man in scoring position. We will head to the 7th with the White Sox up 5-3. For the White Sox tomorrow, Felix Pena for the Angels. Tyler Skaggs gets the ball on a Wednesday night against James Shields, and then afternoon affair on Thursday. Nick Tropiano and Dylan Covey
Kobe had a no-hitter going the other day against Seattle. Threw the ball very well in that one.
Jose Alvarez back out to start this 7th inning. Lucas Giolito, pretty nice outing for the young man. His first ever start against the Angels. Top of the order, same guy that started things off for the Sox in the 6th inning. Moncada, switch hitter, spins around. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Just below. It's a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Sox took the 1-0 lead on the Abreu home run in the 1st. The Angels scored twice in the 3rd. 1 in the 4th to take a 3-1 lead. Sox got 1 back in the 5th. Abreu took the lead with the 3-run 6th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Angels have action at their bullpen. Justin Anderson next in line. Toward the hole, diving is Simmons, can't come up with it. Moncada's on board with his first hit.
Third baseman, number 5, Nolan Sanchez.
Here's Yolmer Sanchez. One for 2 game with a single and a walk. Foul off of Maldonado. Oakland won today in their opener against Texas 15-3. A's now 15 games over 500 at 58-43. Houston is idle tonight, as were the Seattle Mariners. 1-2.
Oakland's bullpen looks pretty strong now. We're getting Familia to add into that bullpen.
I think that moves Oakland, what, to 2.5? 2.5 back of Seattle for the second wild card spot. Tampa Bay, who won, 9 back. And the Angels currently at 10. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Moncada over at first base with the leadoff single.
the string, pull the string.
They got him with the off-speed pitch, 1 down.
Well located changeup there for Jose Alvarez. Mike Scioscia going to the bullpen now with right-handed batter Jose Abreu coming up.
Anderson will be the 3rd reliever used tonight of the last inning, plus pitching change. We're the 7th. Sox up 5-3. The Los Angeles Angels, it may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Justin Anderson on in relief of Jose Alvarez with a man on. This will be his 36th appearance, 2-2 with a 3.34 ERA, 45 strikeouts, 22 walks in 35 innings. Pitched yesterday, faced 1 batter through 1 pitch, so he's well rested. Caught over at first base, and it's Jose Abreu at the plate. He's been on board 3 times. A home run in the 1st, a walk in the 4th, an RBI single in the 6th. Moncada with 9 stolen bases on the season, has been caught twice. Pretty good lead for him over at first base. He's on the move. Pitch goes off the glove of Maldonado, so it's a stolen base, 10th of the year.
Second stolen base tonight for the White Sox. Mentioned them in the game, 71 of them, now 73 as a team. Take away that potential double play ball.
One-0 pitch. Back-to-back sliders, 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and 1 strike. 7 hits for the White Sox, 5 for the Angels. And Anderson taking a long time, so Abreu backs out. Halos have had plenty of opportunities today. 1 for 8 with men in scoring position. 2-1. Breaking ball in there. 2-2.
Good hard slider there from Anderson.
Polk is on deck. Full count down. Overthrown slider.
I think we see sometimes from Justin Anderson that overthrowing of his slider. It's a good one. He's got to think in terms of not trying to muscle up on that pitch. Trust his mechanics out in front. Snap that baseball at the very end to create that spin to get a swing and miss.
Three-two. Number back to the mound. 2 outs.
Good awareness there for Anderson. He looked when caught it back to second. Knew that was going to be a very difficult play. Looked back and over the first base to get the second out.
Left fielder number 18, Daniel Palka.
Polka, the left fielder, 0 for 3. 2 fly ball outs and a strikeout. A bouncer towards second base. Kinsler far to his right, has an off balance throw, and they get Polka for the 3rd out. So no damage for Chicago here in the 7th inning. Stretch time at the Big 8. The Angels down 5-3.
Now for the White Sox, Xavier Cedeno in the game, his 17th game. Very good ERA, 1.42 ERA, 0 saves. First season with the White Sox. He's 14 in his last 8 seasons, but very solid so far for Chicago. Now let's take a look at our Kia drive to success with Cole Calhoun coming to the plate. Earlier today, also a big double. He's been very hot of late as far as driving the baseball on a consistent basis. 7 home runs in July entering today, which leads the American League in that category. The only NL player with more, Matt Carpenter, with 10 home runs. He'd hit home runs in 6 straight games for Carpenter. Cole an RBI double. Second at bat of the game.
Calhoun, Simmons, Trout for the Angels here in the 7th. Breaking ball in for a strike. Lucas Giolito, 6 innings tonight, 5 hits, including the home run to Ohtani. 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, 1 intentional. 3 runs all earned. The ball is 2 strikes. Cedeno, 31 years of age, native of Puerto Rico. He's pitched in the big leagues with the Astros, Nationals, Rays, now the White Sox. Down goes Calhoun on 3 pitches, 1 out. Simbo for 3, ground down, fly ball to right to Papa. He'll shoot this one out the left field. Palka is back a step. 2 down. Here comes Trout. No official ABs tonight. He's walked twice, had a sacrifice fly, picked up his 53rd run batted in. Now he's in the 3rd inning. Two balls, no strikes. They'll break the ball in the dirt. $35,000 plus tonight. The opener of this 4-game set. The announced attendance.
Imagine Trout will get a fastball here, 2-0. Off-speed pitch.
Nobody warming for the Angels. Anderson will come back out. 3-0 now. There's a strike. And a walk. The 2 outs. 3rd one picked up by Trout.
Let's take a look at our tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks, with Justin Upton coming to the plate here with a chance to tie it up in one swing of the bat. And Upton's been very good as far as hitting breaking balls. 10 of his 20 home runs this season have been on breaking balls, tied for the 2nd most in the majors in that category. Looking to sit on a breaking ball and try to drive it out and tie the game. A new pitcher coming in, though, we'll have to face.
Pitching change for the White Sox. Bottom of the 7th. Juan Minaya coming on to relief. 5-3 Sox. Having walked for the third time tonight, his 90th walk of the season.
It's amazing. He already has the highest on-base percentage in the big leagues.
90th walk. At the start of the day, Aaron Judge had 66. He was second. It's Juan Minaya coming on for the White Sox. 23rd appearance, 0-2 mark, a 3.38 ERA for the 27-year-old Dominican. Pitched in 40 games last year at the major league level. 24 strikeouts, 17 walks, however, in 18 2/3 innings.
Yeah, firm fastball, 93, 97, with a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
They face Justin Upton, who's been on board twice, single and a walk. He's also hit a fly ball to center.
There's quite a few breaking balls, especially the right-handed batters. He just showed that tools of the trade with Upton hitting that home run against a breaking ball, 10 of them.
Trout on the move. Pitch outside to throw down to second is not in time. A stolen base for Trout. Second of the game.
The White Sox coming in this game have allowed the most stolen bases in baseball. 75 coming in the game, a third stolen base against the White Sox tonight. Trout with 2.
Two balls and a strike.
And if you look at percentages, 2-1 counts against the right-hand batter. He throws a lot of fastballs. And he got one there. Two count, you might even see a changeup here.
Two down. Off speed misses inside, full count. Payoff pitch. Upton takes a called strike 3 right on the outside part of the plate. And the Angels leave another in scoring position. 7 complete, 5-3 White Sox.
2-run ball game, down 5-3 to the Chicago White Sox. Welcome outside, everybody. And don't forget, following the game, it's Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Make sure you join myself, Jose Mota, Tim Salmon, Alex Curry for all your interviews and highlights. And one thing we're certainly going to focus on is Chicago White Sox entering tonight, the third worst team in the majors, but you can't count out this team.
I mean, you cannot count out a guy like Jose Abreu. They're hoping that he goes out there and has a tremendous second half of the season. And nice breaking ball for the hitter from Berea. 9th homer by a right-hander against him of 12 allowed. And Abreu comes in again against Hansel Robles, coming through a big time. Couple of RBIs with a big Cubano. 54 in the season for the Angels. Welcome back, Albert Pujols. Opportunities find him immediately. He has failed a couple of times with men in scoring position.
Angels have had their chances 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position as we send it back inside to the guys for the top of the 8th.
Thanks a lot, Fred. Justin Anderson delivers ball 1 on Matt Davidson. A DH to start the 8th inning. 0 for 2 with a walk. One ball, one strike. Anderson came on and got a couple of ground outs. Weak ground outs by Abreu and Palka to finish off the 7th inning.
Got a little bit of that inside corner with that backup breaking ball.
2 balls and 1 strike. Count even up now, 2-2. Everything else tonight, a final throughout Major League Baseball. Measured Oakland 15-3 winners over Texas. Astros and Mariners idle. Boston beat Baltimore 5-3. Dodgers over the Phillies 7-6. Minnesota over Toronto 8-3. Atlanta 12-1 winners over the Marlins. Mentioned earlier the Tampa Bay Rays 5th consecutive win against the Yankees 7-6. But the Cincinnati Reds on the verge of being no hit with 2 runs in the 9th inning. Pick up the walk-off victory 2-1 over the Cardinals. Diamondbacks beat the Cubs 7-1. Anthony Rizzo pitched in that game. In a 7-1 game. It's getting a little out of hand now, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when you have a player of that magnitude, Anthony Rizzo, pitching in that. You just don't want to take a chance if you're the Cubs. He throws the ball quite a bit as a first baseman. You have double plays, everything else involved as a first baseman. That's a tough one.
Breaking balls and leadoff walk to start the 8th. Fifth walk issued by Angels pitchers tonight.
And we go back to the fact is this is a team that does not walk. Fewest amount of walks in baseball.
The Rangers used 2 position players tonight, but it was a 15-3 loss. Carlos Tocci and Ryan Rua both getting on the mound for Texas. Lurie Garcia, the right fielder. 1 for 2. Triple with a run scored the 5th inning. Had a sac fly in the 6th. Picked up his 22nd run batted in. Halos start to get action going in their bullpen once again.
Look at an odd stat too when you think about it for the Angels pitching staff. The 32nd time they've allowed 5 or more walks in a game.
Blake Parker loosening. Handles have walked more than their opponents. Meaning they've given up more walks as a pitching staff than their opponents have. And down goes Garcia. One out.
Break ball tight. Break to that slider to get a swing and miss.
So Tim Anderson at the plate. He's been on board twice. 2 infield singles. One in the second, one in the sixth. 2 for 3 overall. One-0 count. Anderson, one of 3 players in Major League Baseball with at least 14 or more home runs, 20 and more stolen bases. Jose Ramirez and Starlin Marte. Pretty good company. Just 25 years of age. What a what? Anderson bounces it to third. Fletcher comes in, fires the second for one. See if they can turn the double play, and they do. No, they don't. Man, I thought they had him. It was going to be tough.
They're going to check that one.
Heck of a play by Fletcher to charge that ball.
I can't believe it was even going to be a close turn of a double play. That was a tough hop for Fletcher. Yeah, they're going to check that. From our angle, looked like he got him.
Yeah, for sure.
See that baseball.
It's in the glove.
Wow, that is close though. Before the foot in the middle of the base. Well, that's an amazing play by Fletcher and Kinsler.
I think they got him. Ball's touching the leather. Shouldn't take too long. No other games being played.
Tell you what, if that is called a double play, that's one of the best double plays you're going to see. I mean, that was a tough play by David Fletcher and a quick turn. Talk about getting rid of the baseball and the exchange on both Fletcher and Kinsler. Tough hop, quickly gets rid of it, and Kinsler, what a turn. So at that angle, definitely looks like you can get him. Before the foot hits the base.
Call it first is safe. Jerry Davis is the crew chief. Taking off the headsets, and I guess call stands. Heck of a play by Fletcher and Kinsler. So 2 outs and a man at first. Pay attention to Anderson, 21 stolen bases on the year.
Especially seeing the White Sox going on the first pitch also.
Kevin Smith, the batter, he's the catcher. 0 for 2 is hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. His last plate appearance takes a strike. 2 RBIs tonight for Smith. He's got 10 on the season.
It doesn't happen often, but if there's a time where you have a chance for a pitch out, this would be now.
Now Balk, second one called. on the Angels. Berea had one called on him. First base umpire Pat Hoburg called it. He said that his left knee buckled.
And generally, you can't argue a balk call.
I think Mike just wants
to
to
just get a
little explanation.
Yeah, an explanation behind it. And there's a little bit of a buckle on that front knee.
Well, Bach and Bob Davidson since retired, so somebody's got to take over the throne.
Well, you don't see balks called at all anymore.
2 tonight for the Angels, as we mentioned. And both with Anderson. Both times Anderson at first base. Oh, 1 count. Out towards center. Trout is there. Well, to the bottom of the 8th inning, Halos trailing at 5-3. To catch every moment this season, get Angels home screen icons and features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking and game highlights, live radio broadcast stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. Avisail Garcia, who was originally scratched from this game due to an illness, apparently is healthy enough to take over in right field as a defensive replacement in the bottom of the 8th inning. Checked out and given the old thumbs up.
You know, he's always had one of those most accurate, solid throwing arms out in the outfield.
Lurie moves over to left. Hawk is out of the game. Albert 0 for 3 in his return. Strikeout, ground down, fielder's choice. Pulled down the line, fair ball toward the corner. Lurie Garcia, good speed, gets over there, cuts it off, fires it into second. Albert held to a long single. Ball gets away, and Albert already heading back to first.
Yeah, you don't want to take a chance, especially when you can bring up Shohei Ohtani with a potential tying run with one swing of the bat. Shohei Ohtani. Albert hit that ball very well down the line. Change up. When you look at the numbers for Minaya, what he does on a 1-2 pitch, he throws a change up a lot, and that's exactly what Albert was looking for, and he got it, and hits that base hit down the line.
Renteria is coming out. Looks like that's going to be it for Minaya. Fry is coming on to face Shohei Ohtani. A pitching change in the 8th inning. The Angels down by 2. Pulls Minaya for Jace Fry. This will be his 32nd appearance. 0-1 with a 3.90 ERA, 37 strikeouts in 30 innings of work. He'll face Shohei Ohtani. This is what Shohei did back in the 4th inning.
Dead center field. Fastball from Lucas Giolito. Batter's eye.
Crushed that. Has been very good against left-handed hitters this year. 0.94 batting average against, 5 for 53. Breaking ball a little bit high. And inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
And his fastball is 88-95. Will throw a cut fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup.
1-0 pitch. It's 2 balls and no strikes. 25-year-old Beaverton, Oregon. At the Oregon State. White Sox 3rd round pick in 2014.
He throws about 70% of his pitches fastballs against left-handed batters. This could be the time for Shohei.
Got it, pulled off of it. 2-1. Beaverton, Oregon. That's home of Nike, is it?
Yes.
Albert over at first with a single. 1 for 4 tonight. 2-1. 3-1. Kinsler on deck.
Well, so far in this at bat, though, Shohei really hasn't looked comfortable even on that pitch on the inside part of the plate. Now he can just sit on his own, the 3-1 count.
Fastball at 94, catches the inside part of the plate. And a full count.
Very similar to the pitch that Tony sipped through them the other day. He lined it into the corner for a double.
Payoff. And Shohei goes down swinging, 1 out.
Tough slider, late break to it. After that fastball inside is trying to fight that one off and hit it.
So 1 batter situation. So Renteria going back out to the bullpen. A pitching change once again here in the 8th inning. Angels down by 2. Is the 30-year-old native of Venezuela on in relief. Jace Fry. This will be the fourth game, pardon me, for Gomez with the White Sox this season. We've been pitching at AAA, 30 games down there with a 5-0 mark and a 2.02 ERA. 35 strikeouts and 40 innings of work in the minor leagues, and he'll come on with a man at first and 1 out. The Angels down 5-3.
Yeah, sinker 90, 93. He'll throw a slider and a changeup.
Kinsler takes a fastball for a strike. He hit 0 for 2, walked his last plate appearance. Off speed, popped him up. Coming down the line. And making the play. Sanchez, 2 outs. Martin Maldonado gets called back. Looks like Luis Valbuena is going to pinch hit for him. Albert still at first base. Luis on .202 batting average, 8 doubles, 9 home runs, 31 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter this year, is 1 for 15.
0 for 2 in his career versus Gomez.
Incredibly long meeting with 2 outs. The man on. And looks like we're going to get another pitching change. Avilan. Looks like he's walking toward the field. I haven't seen a call yet. Avilan stepping onto the track. And of course we're going to get the call now, because that couldn't have happened as he walked out. Matchup Central continues here in the 8th. 5-3 Sox. down in relief. He is the third reliever used by Rick Renteria here in this 8th inning. Avilan, 45th game overall, 2-0 with a 4.13 ERA, 28 plus innings, 32 strikeouts, 10 walks, and the Angels will counter this move by bringing in Jose Briseño. So Valbuena gets a courtesy announcement, and then nothing to show for it as he heads back to the dugout. Pardon me, Jeffrey Marte will pitch in for him. Briseño will eventually take over this position behind the plate. At least we assume. .235 hitter. 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in. He'll look at a first pitch fastball for a strike. Jeffrey Marte this year 1 for 7 as a pitch hitter. No 1 pitch. It's in the dirt. Stays near home. Albert's not going anywhere.
That's his changeup. We'll throw quite a few of those. Also the curveball, fastballs, 89-93.
There's the 1-1. Got him to chase on an off-speed pitch. 1-2.
And 33% of the time, he'll throw a changeup again, 1-2 to a right-handed batter.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Two on the way to Marte, and he gets jammed, chops one toward first, and it goes foul. Pitch way in on the hands, Jeffrey. A nice job of just fighting it off. Two count with 2 outs. And the pitch. Full count.
So far this season on a 3-2 count to a right-handed batter. It's 27% of the time we'll throw a fastball in this count. 60% of the time we'll throw his changeup.
Albert will be on the move here with a full count of 2 outs. Three-two down the left field line and hooking out of play. So reset and do it again. Got an off-speed pitch. Giolito went 6 innings as the starter. Cedeno 2/3 of an inning. Minaya 1/3. Fry 1/3. Gomez 1/3. Now Avilan. Angels had Berea going 5 innings plus 2 batters. Robles 2/3 of an inning. Albert is 2/3. Anderson an inning and 2/3. Looks like Blake Parker will get the 9th. And another 3-2 pitch. Marte takes a called strike 3, top part of the strike zone, and the Angels are done here in the 8th. We're off to the 9th inning, 5-3 White Sox. For the Angels, he will get this ninth inning with the Sox sending up 9-1-2. They'll have a new battery mate, as we mentioned. Jose Briseño will come on, and he will take over that number 8 spot behind the dish for Martin Maldonado. 44th game for Blake. 2-1 mark at 3.05 ERA. Foul back. No balls and a strike. Adam Engel 0 for 3. A strikeout pop up to the shortstop and a pop up to first. Two balls, one strike. Popped up behind the plate, Briseño. Sure he's got enough room, but out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Parker's 2-2 now. Line into center field. That was rocketed by Engel. Leadoff single brings up Yohan Moncada.
Well, he was sure through the baseball in that one. Good speed now on first base for the White Sox.
10 stolen bases on the season for Engel. Been caught 3 times.
A fastball that's short right through it, right back up the middle. And he's up there hacking. He has not walked in now 108 consecutive appearances at the plate. No walks. He's going to be up there swinging. He's got a big lead over first. 14-foot lead. Two balks already called in the game against the Angels.
Moncada 1 for 3, had a single in his last plate appearance. He's also walked and scored.
A little shorter lead.
Not sure if that was meant as a pitch out, but it certainly looked like it by Briseño. 1 ball, no strikes.
And one thing you always try to do, as far as when you know if there is indeed a pitch out put on, you try to keep everything as normal as possible. It looked like it was a little bit quicker in his delivery. More like to see him go here now. He was going.
Caught the corner to even the count. A little bit of a flinch there by Engel as Parker was delivering that pitch. A 5-3 White Sox lead here in the ninth inning. Leadoff single for Engel.
Now back to 14-foot lead.
Doesn't go. 1-2. The Angels, when they come to the plate in the bottom of the ninth, will have 9-1-2 due up. Fletcher, Calhoun, and Simmons. That's high out toward right. Cole underneath it. In front of the track. Engel back to first. He's not going anywhere. He'll stay right there. Moncada gets underneath it. 1 out.
He just got underneath that one.
Third baseman, number 5, Yomer Sanchez.
Yomer Sanchez, third baseman, 1 for 3. Single and a walk. Engel off to another big lead again at first base.
Again leaning.
Engel started then stopped. Sanchez cuts through it. 0-1 count. Oh, 1 outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Like Parker a little bit quick on that one.
Engel not getting a real good read against Parker.
Engel goes 1-1 is the strike. The throw down by Briseño. Not in time. A solo base. Engel in scoring position, picks up his 11th stolen base of the season.
Keep in mind the Angels have only allowed 19 stolen bases against them the entire season. The White Sox have been aggressive trying to steal bases tonight with 3.
Sanchez behind the count at 1-2. This the opener of a 4-game series. The Angels and the White Sox, first meeting of the year between these two teams. Jose Abreu, the man on deck. And he got him to chase that breaking ball. Have to throw down to first. Take the strikeout, 2 outs. So Abreu comes to the plate. He's had a nice game. 2 for 3 with a home run, single, walk, 2 RBIs.
Shohei Ohtani.
Abreu takes upstairs. Avisail Garcia is on deck. He was almost directly behind home plate that first pitch. He's walked a little bit closer to the on deck circle now. Home run by Abreu in the first inning, his 14th of the year. It's 54 runs batted in. Angled at second base. 2-0. Abreu cuts through the fastball.
Challenged him. The 2-0 pitch got that fastball upper part of the strike zone at 91.
Two on now. Another fastball, 2-2.
Both fastballs upper part of the strike zone.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a man at second. And Abreu goes down swinging. That runner will be stranded in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the ninth. 9-1-2 coming up for the Angels, starting with Fletcher, Calhoun, and then Simmons down by 2. To face Joaquin Soria, the veteran, coming on for the 39th time, 0-3 with a 2.70 ERA, 14 saves on the season, 3 blown saves, 46 strikeouts, 9 walks in 36 and 2/3 innings.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid for the White Sox this season. Fastball 89-94 with a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Got pretty good cut action on his fastball.
Fletcher, a nice game once again. 2 doubles and a ground down. He's 2 for 3. No balls, 2 strikes. Soria now 34 years of age. 2-time All-Star. Pitched in 59 games with Kansas City last year. Signing is a
Slightly elevated fastball.
that'll change the eye level.
Yes.
Soria ended up with the White Sox, part of a 3-team deal with the Sox, Royals, and Dodgers.
Drop down, arm angle.
.42 save season back in 2008, his second year in the big leagues. 43 saves in 2010. Breaking ball, little looper out to shallow left field, and that's going to fall in there for a leadoff hit. How about that? David Fletcher, back-to-back 3-hit games. That's all you can ask is the leadoff man gets on board somehow.
Bringing that tying run to the plate. The key going back to that in this game. You can't hold back. You got to stay back and try to drive the ball. That one a little bit out in front for Fletcher, but still another base hit for David Fletcher. Cole Calhoun has a double in this game and an RBI and a run scored himself.
One for 4 game with Calhoun. Behind in the count at 0-1.
Cole 0 for 8 versus Soria. But Trout and Upton, real good numbers. We got 0 for 6 for Cole against Soria. Trout, Upton, very good numbers, including 3 home runs combined between the two.
Right down the pipe for a strike, 0-2. Soria, the 10th reliever used in this game.
Albert's first game back from the disabled list, does have a hit.
Oh-2 pitch. Cole strikes out. 1 down. Here's Simmons. Andrelton hitless tonight, 0 for 4. Shooting one out to right field. Garcia's there. 2 down.
Trout coming to play with a chance to tie it up. Mentioned his good numbers in his career versus Soria. 500 batting average, a home run. Trout yesterday with 1 on. Home run on an all-speed pitch, well out to left field. 26th home run of the season for Trout.
Takes a strike. No official at bat tonight for Mike. 3 walks and a sac fly. chestnuts. His 53rd RBI in the 3rd inning. Slider missing. 1 ball, 1 strike. This game turned with the back-to-back walks issued by Jaime Barria to start the 6th inning. He was lifted. White Sox eventually was at 9 men to the plate in that 6th inning. Scored 3 runs. That's where we've been since. 5-3 Sox. 2 outs, man at first. Trout the tying run here in the 9th. Cuts through the fastball at 95.
Trout with 9 home runs, 7th inning or later this season.
One, 2. Breaking ball low. Fletcher stays at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two now. Slider misses. Full count. Fletcher gets a head start. And Upton on deck.
Can't imagine him throwing him a strike here, 3-2.
There goes Fletcher, 3-2, and he walked him. So make that a 4-walk night for Trout.
That's pretty good patience for Trout, knowing that pitchers have done that so often this season. They did not expand the strike zone, even though you want to see Trout swinging the bat in that spot. That's well off the outside corner. Took it, gives Upton a chance, who's got good career numbers himself against Soria.
Trout the tying run at first base. Upton the winning run at the plate. Justin 1 for 3. Single, fly ball, walk, and a strikeout looking. Outfield very deep. All 3 guys for the Sox. Fastball for a strike. Upton didn't like that pitch. By the way, that's the 3rd 4-walk game for Trout in his career all this year.
Boy, as fast as Trout is, a gapper will be very difficult for him to score the way the outfielders are set up here for the White Sox.
0-1 pitch. Good hack at that fastball. 0-2.
Justin Upton with 6 walk-off home runs.
Halos tonight 1 for 9 with men in scoring position. The opportunities have been there aplenty. See if Upton can come through in the clutch.
And we showed that stat earlier. 10 home runs on breaking pitches.
Oh-2. Breaking ball got him. Looking at the Angels. Dropped the opener. 5-3 to the White Sox. Upton argues with the home plate umpire, Brian Additive. It's been that kind of night for the Angels.
And it was a breaking ball. We talked about how Upton has hit the breaking ball so well this season as far as the long ball.
Go back and take a look at that last pitch for Upton.
Yeah, it was designed to be away. It was a breaking ball, and it got a lot of the strike zone.
Yep. So Lucas Giolito picks up the victory for the White Sox. Jaime Barria takes a loss. Soria picks up the save.
Now it's time for the Land Rover above and beyond player of the game. Jose Abreu, who got the scoring started with a solo home in the right center field and also an RBI single as the White Sox win game 1 of this 4-game set against the Angels.
5-3 the final. Back at it again tomorrow night. Stick around. Angels Live post game with Manfred and Jose Bodas coming up next.